Good evening, everybody. It is that time once again. It is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday, and this is Treasure Tales, sponsored by the one and the only Myers Metal Detectors. If Phil doesn't have it in stock, you probably don't need it. So if you ever need anything, you call Phil at Myers Metal Detectors. 813-237-1939. If he doesn't have it in stock, you probably don't need it. So he does have everything in stock and he's got everything that you need. So it has been a week and a week so far, and a very eventful evening. I almost had to cancel the show. The internet wasn't working. So I said a few, goodness gracious type things and fiddled around, and finally it came back on. So we thank the Lord for small favors. Hopefully, everywhere in the country, you're all been out digging today or planning on digging this weekend. I hope your weather is warming up. It should be all across the country. I know our dirt digging here in Florida is about to come to an end for me. It's supposed to be almost 90 tomorrow, and then next week it's going to be mid 90s to upper 90s every day. So I'm too old, too fat to be out there sweating and grunting in the 95 to 100 degree heat. So I won't be doing it. I'll be spending my time at the beach. Thank you very much. With my Deus 2. And oh, by the way, in a couple of days, I should have my backup Deus 2 in the house. So if you need a Deus 2, call Myers. He's got them in stock. I think he's probably got 25 or 30 of them. I don't know for sure. And he's got the Noctamacro Legend in stock. So he's got it all in stock. He's got Excalibur shovels, which is the best shovel known to mankind on the planet. He's got the Merlin. He's got the Sir Kay. He's got all the colors. He's got the Blue Spade Society color. He's got it all in stock. He's got the hand diggers all by Excalibur, who makes the best digging implements in the world. So he's got those in stock. He's got the Noctamacro Legend in stock. He's got headphones for it. He's just got it all in stock. So if you're looking for anything, just give Phil a call. So what we are doing tonight, there's been a little bit of a change. If you're tuned in to see Metal Detecting with Randy, you will not see him. He had to back out. So we have just done kind of a double take. And later on in the show, we're going to talk about an upcoming big hunt in the country. That you'll find out a little bit about it from the organizers. And then later on in the year, in August, I believe, they're going to be on Treasure Talk, and we're going to find out more about it yet. So it should be a very interesting show tonight. We do have Swamp Rat Nation is in the house, so that's going to be really a lot of fun, and he'll be on here in a few minutes. But firstly, I would very much like to introduce you to my sister from another mister, my co-host, and hopefully she'll co-host for a lot of shows because I think she's about as good as it gets. And I enjoy having her as my co-host because there's none better. So let's bring her on, the Diggin' Canuck.
Hey. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Oh, it's been a day. It's been a day. Let me tell you.
Yes, it has. I'm just gonna say, everybody out that's watching right now, my studio has been swapped around. My lighting is different, and for some reason, I look kind of corpse-ish today. So yeah, I just have to work on the lighting. But other than that, thank you for having me.
Well, anytime, you know that.
Right.
You'll have all that studio. Sometimes we just gotta, change the studios around a little bit. Give you
Yeah.
kind of a fresh start or something. I
Yes.
don't know what it is, but
Exactly.
things get they get stale if you do them exactly the same way all the time. I don't know about for you, but they do for me.
Yeah.
But we're here to have a lot of fun tonight, and if you and I can't have fun, there ain't no such thing as fun.
There's problems in the world, Jeff. There's
There
problems.
is indeed. Oh, trust me, there are a lot of them, but they don't affect us tonight because we've got all the answers, don't we?
Well, maybe. If not, we'll ad lib.
We'll wing it. What the heck? What the heck? And everybody, I want you
Exactly.
all to see. I got something new here
Oh,
on
right
my
on.
mug. Look at there. Look at that.
Right on. I'm glad they got there.
Some Canuck stickers.
Does it make the water taste any better?
Oh, this is Dr. Pepper, my dear.
Oh, is it okay?
It
I'm
is
just I
zero
just have
sugar,
water today.
zero sugar cherry Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
So you've
All
got
right.
one of those, and I've got one of those.
Right on. Good stuff. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I've got all the good stuff, A Deus 2, one coming. So I'm all fixed up.
Right on. Right on. Good stuff.
We probably need to say hello to some of these folks.
Yes.
And
Yes, we do.
because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have nothing to do. We'd be sitting on a couch taking a nap.
Maybe.
Or after dinner in a food coma or a Modelo stupor or something. I don't know.
Possibly.
Very possibly. Very, very possible. So I'm going to run down here. And if you see anybody I missed, holler out at me. Andrew T.,
Absolutely.
good evening from warm and sunny Canada. And I think it is probably warm and sunny up there, isn't it?
It was a beautiful day today. I think it was in the 20s. Really nice.
That's centigrade now.
Yes.
Which puts it in the 70s, isn't it 70s?
Okay. Yeah, about that. Yeah, about that.
Oh, be good digging weather. Like I said, coming in, it's fixing to go up in the mid and upper 90s for us with high humidity. And that's not good. You can't see your targets because you're sweating too much.
Well.
Well, come on down and get into some of that 98-degree humidity out there.
I wish.
Oh, let's see who else is here. David Alfonsetti. Glad to see you, David. Glad that you joined us tonight. Buddy Smith is watching from the road. Well, Buddy, you be careful. If you're driving, keep your eyes on the road and you can listen and glance every now and again, but be safe by all means. And Team Lynch, Beach Metal Detectorist. Hello there. Glad that you are here. And let's see who else is here. Shane Olney. Good evening to you, Shane. We're glad that you joined us tonight. And the beautiful and very, very talented Adele Lempersky Rutherford. She plants dahlias in her garden today. So
very nice.
Out detecting. Find the coins, girl. Yeah. And then we have Miss Rachel Elmore, Jersey Ray Diggs. Hopefully she's able to talk tonight after eating ghost peppers on the live stream. Gilbert Marcel. Hello, Gilbert. How are you? And there's my special brother from another mother, Mr. T.J. Naylor. The Mumbles Man is in the house. And let's see who else is in. Lisa P. Hello, Lisa P. Hopefully we'll get you on the show here one of these times. I think she'd be a great guest, don't you?
Absolutely.
So we'll get her. Get your computer or use your phone. We don't care. We want you. It's kind of like, Uncle Sam. We want you.
Exactly.
So, BC Treasure Trails. Hello, BC Treasure Trails. Glad you joined us tonight. Let's see. Looter 8, Treasure Hunter, is in the house. That's a very talented team right there, isn't it?
Very talented.
They're from Canada, I do believe.
They're actually not too far from me. So I'm hoping that, we can get together a few times this year and do some digging.
Oh, I tell you what, a collab video with you and Liam and Looter 8, how good would that be?
Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it would be outstanding. I've been trying to get Looter 8 to come on the show too, and he's kind of a shy young man, but he's getting there. So maybe come fall, September or so, we'll get him on. That'll be
all in due time.
Indeed. And we have a Facebook user from Ohio, and that's got to be Tom Becker. Hello, Tom. Glad you joined us tonight. Let's see. Let's see. Well, we may. JBP Hobbyist, another very, very talented young lady. You've seen some of the stuff that she makes out of the junk that she gets.
Yes,
It's pretty
very, very
neat, isn't it?
creative. She has the eye for art.
And yeah, and I simply do not have it. Um, but she has really got it. And she puts together some really cool stuff, I think.
Very creative.
Yes. BC Treasure Trails. I notice he's in the house.
Did you get Barry O'Sullivan?
Nah, my thing just jumped on me.
Barry's here.
So there's Moose Ninny. He's in. My brother from another mother. Mr. Phil Myers
Oh,
is
I didn't see
here.
Phil.
Yeah. So let's
Did you get
see.
Frederick Romano?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to scroll up here to see where I was,
Dirty
but
Paws is here. Team
oh,
Lynch is here.
very good, very good. There's Moose Nanny, Frederick Romano, good. Team Lynch, yes. Treasure Trails, Gary Kerr, glad to see you, Gary. Glad that you joined us tonight. And let's see. Dirty Paws, that's got to be Mike and Trish. And I know Swampy's lurking.
Hey, Casey is in the house, the Key Date Kid.
Hey, Casey, right here, buddy. Like we said, Excalibur all the way. And you see, got the shirt on too, dude.
Jeff is repping Excalibur today.
I always rep
I
Excalibur.
know, I know.
I tell you what, that's the best stuff in the world right there.
Absolutely.
And Phil carries it all.
Right on. I had my Sir K out today digging in the field with my hand digger as well. Wonderful, wonderful.
It is just a great, great product.
Yes.
Let's see. This thing's jumping all around. There's Kia. That's Casey, the Key Date Kid. We may have reached the end of the chat so far.
I think
so. We got everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So Casey, hopefully you were out digging, but the Fox on the Ground detecting just joined us. I'm glad that they're here tonight, and I think Casey probably was. His detecting time is dwindling down to not a lot because he's got so many orders for all the digging tools and the shovels.
Oh, I just changed. Right? I just changed my background. Sorry, I think this might be a bit better.
We just thought it was, being, kind of a carnival. Oh, the fat fool is in the house. That would be the fat fool. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Glad that you joined us tonight.
Hey, Al O'Day has joined us, or Audette. I'm not sure how that's pronounced.
I didn't see that one, but I'm sure he's here. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? I think it's O'Day. I think.
Could be O'Day or Odette.
Or Audette. I don't know. Al, we just call you Al. You can call you Al.
Glad you're here, Al.
I think somebody put something in my Dr. Pepper.
That's possible. That's possible.
It could be probable. Drum Detect is in the house. It's Odette.
Right on.
So, we did good. We did good. Okay, so Casey says he got out yesterday for a giant China marble and an 1893. Mark Watrous is in the house. An 1893 barber in a ghost town. Very good, Casey.
Yeah, that means that barber's in good shape because those coins that come out of the ghost town are like mint.
Yeah, I wonder what shovel he was using. I hope he was using the Excalibur.
Of course he was.
We got to give him some grief. What are you going to do? So, anyways, here it is. It's about time to get into this, and it was a barber quarter, he says. So that's very good. I hadn't found a barber in a while, so I know you were out detecting today.
Yeah, we went to the farm field where the Riels have been found. But when we got there, I guess yesterday the farmer had plowed the field, so it was all like fluffy, but it was all. I mean, I'm from the city, so I don't know how to describe it too good, but it was
Road.
like really. It was very very hard to detect, and with my vertigo and not having a flat ground, it was just 2 hours and I was done. So yeah, not so
Well,
good today.
it's hard to swing in that freshly plowed
Yeah,
field.
yeah.
It's very hard to walk in them.
Yes, very hard to walk. Yes.
So,
I'm hoping that he'll when he flattens it, whatever that for
harrow it, I think.
Harold or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, when they do that, we're hoping to get in before they seed the field. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I think Digologist just joined us. So it will be much more detectable. I know we had a couple of fields when I was in England that were still really rough plowed, and it's really, really hard to walk, and you got to be very, very careful because you can, break an ankle in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
easy. Very
And,
easy. Yeah.
and it's hard to swing.
Yes.
So you'll get it harrowed down, and then it'll be a lot easier, and
Yeah.
the ground will get compacted more.
Mm-hmm.
Then the signals will pop a little better, I think. So
Yeah. Looking forward to
so
that.
good. Very good, very good. So let's go ahead and let's get our first guest on here. They've got most of you people will know him. If you don't, you're going to be introduced to him. And he does a Monday show. Fortunately, it's after Treasure Talk, so nobody wants to miss Treasure Talk. And Monday Night Digs. So this guy he's on top of his game. He's got a killer YouTube channel, which he will talk about. And I know you watch it, Liz. And he's a good guy to learn from. He knows a lot. So let's bring him on. This is Don, the Swampy Swamp Rat. Hello, Donnie. How are you?
Hey guys. Hey Jeff. Hey Liz. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm tired. I've been out detecting all day.
Well, that's a good tired.
Yep.
Yes,
That's my normal day though. I'm usually out every day, every other day. I'll get out and try to spend a little bit of time. I was hunting a school that closed down in the 60s or 70s today.
Mm-hmm.
Local high school. It's a empty lot now. Or at least the parking for it's an empty lot now, and I was able to get in there without having to get a permit or anything. So I went and tested out put the legend through some more of the rungs today.
it's got some great separation on him, doesn't it, Don?
Oh, I love my legend. That's a shout out to Phil Myers and Myers Metal Detecting. They're actually where I got that from.
Wonderful.
And, yeah, we're going to have some people on Treasure Talk coming up. Next week? Let's see. No, Monday, Jimmy Crossbones, but then on the 23rd, we're going to have the Cyrene Kimmy and Dwight Cohen from New Age Goonies. Both are nomads and they both rep Nocta. So
Yep.
they're going to be on Treasure Talk to talk about the legend, and we're going to be giving away a couple of special recoils that night. So
and we can blame Dwight for me buying the legend too. He actually promoted it to me at Florida Hunt 8. And
What a bad influence.
I had never gotten the opportunity to meet him. I've only been detecting for about 6 months. I'm a fairly new detectorist.
Mm-hmm.
I started because I ran across about 3 years ago. I started researching an aviation tower that was built in the 1930s here in Central Florida. And I decided a couple months ago, about 6-7 months ago, I wanted to try to swing the detector out by where the tower was. And I told my fiance, I need to go buy a metal detector. And she said, no, you don't need to go buy a metal detector. I'm like, no, really, I need one. She goes, no, you don't. Go look in the attic. And there was one that her late husband had purchased and had never taken out of the box in the attic. It was a Garrett AT Pro, brand new, still in the box. So
hey,
that's a good machine to start with.
it's a really good machine. unfortunately, I love the machine. I have no trouble with it, other than I have a problem where I get EMI interference constantly on
Mm.
2 of the 4 frequencies. And it's not a problem of where I'm detecting. It doesn't matter where I go detecting, I'm always going to have those 2 frequencies have interference because I've got an electrical implant in my head.
Oh.
So I have young onset Parkinson's disease. I was diagnosed at 40 years old. I'm 51 now, so 11 years with Parkinson's disease, and still getting out and doing my thing.
It sounds like you need to get over to our Facebook group and the Blue Spade Society and join up.
I'm already in there, Jeff. I've actually
Okay.
already filled out the information to be a mentor on there.
Wonderful.
That's one of the things that, really inspired me to get my channel going. Was I wanted other people to see not just my metal detecting. I started as a magnet fisher.
Mm.
I started getting into the metal detecting, and I really haven't been magnet fishing since. I kind of switched gears a little bit. I love both of them. They're both great hobbies. But my other hobby is mountain biking and cycling. And I ride adaptive mountain bikes now, big
Wow.
4-wheel things. So I film some of my cycling on there and kind of show people, hey, a disability doesn't have to stop you. You can do anything you want to. You may have to change how you do it. You may have to change the frequency of what you're doing it, but get out there and do it.
Yes.
That's the most important.
That's the truth. Just like Liz and I
Absolutely.
were talking earlier, she has vertigo. And my friend, my brother, the Mumbles man, he suffers from vertigo as well. And fortunately for him, a lot of people, my other brother, John David, he's got a myriad of problems, but he's the one we started the Blue Spade Society for. While he's at the beach, he has trouble getting in the water because the waves cause him to get woozy. Now, the Mumbles man, it doesn't seem to bother him, but I know that he cannot lay flat.
Oh.
So he has to sleep in a, elevated position, I think, kind of like sitting up like in a hospital bed or whatever. So, but it doesn't stop them. Boy, they both get out there and
you can't let it stop you. Everybody's going to have problems. Everybody's going to have issues. I had a choice 10 years ago when I was diagnosed. I knew what the condition was. I knew what Parkinson's disease was. Both my parents have it. It's not genetic. It's environmental. All of us were environmentally triggered Parkinson's. But I knew what the situation was. I knew what I was getting into. It wasn't an unfamiliar disease to me, but I also knew that eventually it's progressive. So I'm never going to get better. I'm only going to get worse. But I found that the staying active has kept me going.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's very true, Don.
Yeah.
Well, and the detecting is great for Parkinson's disease because Parkinson's, we have a lot of trouble with walking, with balance and gait issues. That's what my service dog that I have, Dude, is for. He's probably sitting right outside my door right now, wondering why I'm not letting him in.
Aw.
Sorry, I'm just getting over something right now too. Ugh, been sick.
Oh, I understand that.
But that's with the Parkinson's. One of the things that helps is having something in front of me to focus on while I'm walking. And having that detector up there swinging it, I can actually walk and my gait's not affected when I'm detecting.
Wow.
So, very cool. Well, because you're in motion, right? Is that the...
Well, and he's focused, right?
Right.
Focused on the coil.
I'm focused on where that coil is.
Yeah.
So that's super great. I used to get tangled up in the cord on my headphones all the time with the AT Pro. That's another nice thing about the Legend. No cord. I like having no cord.
Yeah. Once you go wireless, you'll never go back to being corded and attached to a detector.
Yeah, well, I'm still a big fan of that AT Pro. It's, the first time that I took it out one time, wasn't finding anything. Um, Park Rat Metal Detecting came up from Southern Florida up here to Central Florida and took me out and showed me the ropes, how to use it.
Mm.
Gave me like a 30-minute lesson in it. And then we were both searching the same area, and he was kind of mad. My first day out hunting.
That happens.
I'm
I pulled up
surprised
a-
you came away with your life.
I pulled up a Walking Liberty, so
Wow.
I'm still trying to find another one.
Well, that's good. That gives you something to shoot for.
I won't hold my breath too much. The same area has produced my Walking Liberty. My oldest coin is a 1911 Barber dime. I pulled that same area, and this is the area right around where the navigation tower was.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I ended up pulling a coin spill, a 26-cent coin spill, 2 Mercury dimes, a Buffalo nickel, and a wheat penny,
Wow.
all 1937. Every one of them was
Wow.
37.
Very
So,
nice.
I mean, that's the best coin spill I've ever had. I had bigger coin spills, but
Mhm.
never one that good.
Wow.
That's all that makes a difference. It's the quality of the spill.
not the quantity.
Yep. And it was, it's great. One of the things that I've learned from that experience, because I waited so long before I started detecting and I already knew the ground I wanted to hit, I've really focused a lot on the research of the areas that I go into.
Mhm.
Even if it's just a playground, I'll always go in and I'll look at it and I'll see what was there before the playground was there.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there's always was something there before it.
Right. And that's proven to be as much of a great tool. Having the information is as much of a good tool as any detector. I tell people
Mhm.
all the time,
Yes.
you can get a cheap detector, but if
Mhm.
and you'll find what you put the effort in to find.
Yes. Yes.
I don't necessarily recommend a cheap detector. I mean, if you've got the how to, get a good detector. That way you don't
Mhm.
have to upgrade later.
Well, the thing of it is, though, Don, is now, let's say in these day and age, people may not be able to afford a Deus,
Right.
but I mean, you look at that Legend. That Legend has got everything. I know
Yeah.
my brother John David has got one. He absolutely loves it. We were just down in Daytona a week or so ago, and that thing is just absolute quiet on the beach
Yeah.
until you find a target, and then boom, it's there. So
And
he
that's a difference.
absolutely
That's a
loves
difference I didn't see on the Garrett. I had a really bad time hitting wet sand on the Garrett.
it.
And
Well, Garrett's are not
It's not
made for
made for
that.
that. Yeah.
right,
Not made for that at all. If you
Yeah.
would have had that Garrett Ace Apex, now it's a multi-frequency, so it's going to be a lot better on
right,
the wet sand and the dry sand, and even in the surf. Unfortunately, it's just not waterproof, so you can't really get in the water and submerge it. But I think that's something that they're working on. But
yeah,
Garrett is, they're just a fantastic company. It's one of the few great American companies that can actually say it's made in America.
right.
And we got to hand it to them for that. And they make a fantastic machine. And if you look at Garrett's, their core customer, if you will, it's not beach hunters,
Right.
it's relic hunters,
Yeah, that's true.
and has been for a long time and
Yes.
always will be.
Mhm.
I
And it's a
think.
great relic machine.
Oh yeah,
I
I think
switched
most of us started with an AT Pro. I
I
know I
switched my
did.
AT Pro's coil over to a 4.5-inch Super Sniper coil, and man, that thing will distinguish garbage from treasure like nobody's business. Takes me forever to swing that thing though. When your coil's only that big around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes it. That's why it's one of the reasons why it's good. I think for the separation in real trashy areas,
Right.
because you do have to slow down.
Mhm.
and that helps you. You know, if you're going too fast, it kind of blurs it out. And with that real small coil, you got to slow down, and it helps
Very.
you pick out the goodies.
Yes.
You know.
Hmm.
So tell us about your YouTube channel, Swampy.
Well, I started that. I guess technically my channel is about 2 years old, but I really hadn't done anything with it until November or December of last year. I started filming my hunts a little bit more. In December, I had 36 subscribers on my channel. I'm at 509 at my last check, so
Wow.
pretty
Wonderful.
substantial
Yeah.
growth.
Hmm.
The growth on my channel really didn't start to kick off as big as it has until about January. I got together with Shane Skirvin from Ohio River History,
Mm-hmm.
and he had just started the Monday Digs show, which is, at the time, it was an hour and a half of metal detecting, treasure hunting premieres. And we follow one premiere after the other and go through. So it started out about an hour and a half. I think that last week we had 3 hours of premieres, and everybody limits their show to 15 minutes, family friendly. We want whoever's in there, we let them know we want family friendly videos, things that you can sit down and watch with your kids. And the lineup on that is just phenomenal. And the sharing of community. I mean, we're all in the same community anyways. We're all the treasure hunting community. So
Where
that
did the your channel name come from?
Swamp Rat Nation.
Yes, let's talk about that.
It was originally just the Swamp Rat, which is kind of funny. I'm that guy that everybody knows that if something's broken, I'll fix it. I'll find a way to fix it. I don't like throwing things out. I like reusing things. I was talking to somebody one day at the gas station about that, and I said, "Yeah, I'm kind of like a rat. You know, rats like to put things back together." And he looks at me and he goes, "You're a swamp rat." And then the next thing I know, I live in a pretty rural area of Central Florida. I'm about 10 miles south of Orlando, about 40
Mm.
minutes from Disney. But in the southeast, I live right on the border with Orange County. That's our sister county that Orlando's in. And I'm down in Osceola County, which is the fastest growing Florida county. And as far as development, and we're also the most rural county in Florida. We're home to the largest cattle ranch in the United States. Not
Really?
something, yep. Right here
Wow.
in Central Florida, we have the largest cattle ranch in the United States, and it's
Wow.
right next door. The area that most people see me hunting in was originally part of that ranch. And it got broken off as they were developing, and that got set aside as a mitigation forest for the threatened gopher tortoises.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know, Swampy, about Florida's history. You know, they hear the term cracker.
Yep.
Well, they think that that's a hillbilly, and that is not the case, because the crackers came. They came from all over, and they came into Florida, and there was all these wild cattle.
Yep.
And they got the name the cracker from their whips, cracking their whip. And
Yep.
they used to gather up all those cattle. Now, if you want a really good read about Florida's history, the author is Patrick Smith, and everybody needs to find it and read it because you really enjoy it. It's called A Land Remembered, and that's about Florida. You know, when Miami was just being formed, and and down at Punta Rasa, where they used to take all the cattle, huge herds of cattle.
We've got an interesting history. We've got an interesting history here in Florida that most people don't recognize. They know about the oranges.
Yep.
They don't know about our cattle history. And I mean, that was huge industry back in the day before tourism became our main industry. That was the big one.
Wow.
So there's a lot of places to metal detect here that are parts of those homesteads and ranches that have just been abandoned over the years, and it's a matter of finding.
Yep, and you might find some gold coins too. They made them with gold coins. I'm serious.
I'm still
Yeah.
looking.
And they put them in trunks. And back then, they didn't use the banks, so
Right. I'm
they
still
kept them in the
looking.
shed or buried them. So you never know, you might find something.
Mhm.
Yep. But that's how I became the swamp rat, and then people in town just started calling me the swamp rat. So it kind of evolved, and then once I started the YouTube, a lot of people just started calling me Swampy, and that kind of stuck.
Well, that is great. That is great. I know you've got a very, very good channel. I enjoy it. And everybody out there, you need to go over to YouTube. If you're not a subscriber, find Swamp Rat Nation and subscribe, like that, and share it so other people can enjoy it.
Yes.
And tune in, and you'll get to see a lot of really cool channels. So, because they're out there.
Yep.
So, you got any questions, Lizzie?
Just I know that the time's a ticking, but being that you're a new-ish detectorist, what is the coin or the relic that you really, really want to get?
I'm more of a relic hunter, and I think I'm a relic hunter of opportunity. I'm amazed by everything I pull out of the ground. Anytime that I pull something out of the ground, it's the most amazing find that I've had because I get to go in and look at it and look up the history on it. What was this? What was it used for? And so I can't really say I have a bucket list even because
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Because there's every little thing that I find brings up new questions, brings up new, something I can research. I found a tool at Florida Hunt 8. That was my first big event that I went to. And I think I'd only been detecting for about 4 months. So I was definitely very green going into that. But I ended up finding an ads.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The only person I've ever seen that found one of those is Gary Drayton, and it was on Oak Island.
I thought it was a hoe. As a matter of fact, it's sitting on the floor right next to me because I've been cleaning it up. But I thought it was a hoe.
Yeah, that's an ads.
And that
very nice.
That's
a nice condition.
It's in really good condition, and this was probably 1800s. The irony was, and this is why one of the things I always tell people, doesn't matter if you're new, doesn't matter if you're old. Get out there and, to the hobby, get out there and swing. When I found that, I actually found it 20 feet away from the last of the booths, the sales booths, sitting between the V of two trees down in the dirt right between the trees. And people had been searching the area over and over again for 8 years now. Nobody went in between the trees and had that thing set to all metal. And I don't care what metal it is. I'm going to dig it up.
Yeah, it's fun.
If it makes a noise, I'm going to dig it. But I've also become quite proficient. I'm kind of the community expert on shotgun shell head stamps. Anybody finds a shotgun shell head stamp and sends me a message with a picture of that thing, and I can usually tell you within 5 minutes when it was manufactured, within 10 years, within reason.
Wow.
Very cool.
That's been a lot of research. I think I've got a box back here with about 450 of them in the 6 months I've been detecting.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yes.
Swampy, I have to tell you, it's just been a treat for us tonight for you to join us and let everybody hear all around the world. I'm sure you'll be getting more subscriptions from all around the world because we have viewers from all around the world, and they want to get to know you and see everything that you find and that you do because you're a wonderful fella.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern on Mondays. Monday digs.
Yep. So we're over at Treasure Talks from 7 to 8.
Yep.
and then you get yourself a libation, and tune in for
come
Monday
see me.
Dig. So, Swampy, we're glad that you joined us tonight, and keep us posted, and we'll get you back on in the fall and see what you found over the winter.
Awesome.
Right on.
It
Good
was
stuff.
great being on, guys. I appreciate it.
Pleasure meeting you.
You
Thanks,
too,
man.
Liz.
We sure
All right.
appreciate you coming on.
Take care.
He is interesting as he can be, isn't he?
Very much so. Inspiration too, which
Yes,
is always
yes.
a wonderful thing.
That is outstanding. With
Yes.
and I should know who's in the Blue Spade Society, but I got so much stuff going on. Sometimes
That's okay.
I
We'll let it go. We'll let it go this time.
Thank you.
Next time, I don't know, but this
That's
time,
right. I'm in big trouble. But
That's
then
right.
again, that's the story of my life. So, anywho's, we got a couple other folks stopping by tonight, and this is going to be interesting. We always try. What we try to do on Treasure Talk is to keep people abreast of all the hunts that are going on. And now that COVID is pretty much over, we hope, and travel is starting to open up again, we hope that a lot of people can go to some of these hunts. Now, these next two fellas are involved with one. It is established, and it's going to happen again this year. And they're coming with us tonight. They're going to tell us a little bit about it. They had to move the dates, and they're going to explain to us why, and a little bit more about what it is. And then later on in the summer, they'll be on Treasure Talk. So we'll get in more in depth with it on that. But we want to find out a little bit about it tonight. So it's called the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout, I believe. And it's out in Oklahoma. So we got two guys. We got one of the organizer, and then another organizer. Both of them are organizers. So we've got Justin Finley, and Big Oak is with us tonight. So let's get him on here. There is Justin, and let's find Big Oak and see where he's at. There he is.
Right.
Hello.
So I had to pull out.
Yeah, that's Big John. Big John. And I hope I didn't butcher that up too much. So guys, how you doing?
We're doing great, man.
Yeah, very
Great
hot.
to be here.
Yes, you got this coming up. This is interesting. It's very interesting. So tell us about it.
Okay, so we actually are. I am the president, and John. I was like trying to figure out my direction.
You get to do it
John
all.
is John is the co-founder also with this event. Like you said, it's called the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout. It's a metal detecting festival. In which case, what we're doing is, I just kind of came up with the idea. I was like, you have these different hunts. You have detect, you have pound the ground, you have all these different big hunts, but they're all like kind of on like the East Coast. But there's not really anything per se that's a big festival or big hunt of sorts kind of here in the central part of the United States. So I called some friends that I metal detect with, and I was like, hey, what would you guys think about, if you guys paid me, some like entry fees basically, and then I go out and buy a bunch of coins and put them in the ground, and we just kind of like do a big thing like at this Wild West town down in Tishomingo. And they was like, yeah, absolutely. Well, then it just grew from there up and up and up. And then we had, the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout. Last year, we learned some stuff. We had a few mishaps, but the good thing is, though, we learned from them. And then this year, we were actually going to have a big-time celebrity, kind of big-time celebrity for us anyways, was going to come over and actually do his show with our event. John Schneider of the Dukes of Hazzard. He was going to be
Duke boys. Gotta love those Duke boys.
right. Yeah, and certain complications came up between him and his wife and us, and things just didn't quite work out the way really we needed them to work out, and because of scheduling issues and such, and also his wife getting sick and needing to do have surgery, basically we had to move the dates, and it was going to be actually in 2 weeks, June 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but because of all that, we actually had to move it. So now it's September 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and it's all still going to be in McAlester, Oklahoma. We're still going to have a car show. We're even going to have a parade that's going to go through downtown McAlester. As a matter of fact, we're even going to have a little gunfight at the parade. We're going to have some Yankees come out, and also we're going to have some Choctaw Rebs are going to come out. And like we have it marked down for 8:30. It technically starts at 8:45, but you kind of have that 15 minutes for letting people kind of come in, get set, get ready. It's kind of like when you tell your cousin that comes always an hour late, you always tell them, like, yeah, that's this time. That way they're on time. So I'm going to ride a horse down Choctaw Avenue in my Okie Kid outfit and everything. And I'm going to be warning the people of McAlester that there's a bunch of dang old blue belly Yankees that they're out here, and I heard that they're going to come out here to try to capture some of the the famous General Lee, that he's out in this area. To be careful and be safe out there, and when you see them, you make sure and boo them. You make sure that we don't want no dang Yankees down here. So then they're kind of come out. We're going to have some Choctaw guys come out in Choctaw Confederate uniforms. They're going to have their banter back and forth, and then they're going to have a gunfight and run the Yankees off. We're actually looking, there's a guy that I've been talking to who actually has a General Lee. So the General Lee will be at the Red Dirt Shootout. It just won't be John Schneider driving it. But he's going to come around the corner. When they yell out, "All right, General, you may proceed," we're going to have 69 Dodge Charger, the General Lee, going to be coming around the corner, blowing the Dixie horn, and that's going to be the start of the parade. And
well, you know what you ought to consider doing, Justin? You ought to get about 3 or 4 Texas Longhorn bulls and have Big Oak do a running with the bulls down the street. Now, people would pay for that. You see John running with the bulls.
Guaranteed.
Ain't that right, John?
I'll put on the horns and be the bull.
He could be the bull.
So tell us about the hunting. What's all the hunting involved?
Oh man, the hunting is going to be amazing. So what it's going to be is we're going to have, what was it, John, 5 or 6 hunts? I lose count sometimes.
6 hunts if you count the natural hunt. It'll be 6.
Okay, yeah. So we have the biggest one is called the Outlaws Horde, in which case what we're doing is $20,000 in that one hunt. $10,000 in silver and $10,000 in gold coins. And what's really neat is we're putting a whole bunch of these little bags. It's basically National Treasure meets The Amazing Race. So what's going to happen is you're going to get your initial clue when you come to the sign-up table. It's limited to 200 people, right, John?
Yes.
Okay. So we got 200 people. You come up and you're going to get a clue. Essentially a strip of paper, and it's going to have a clue on it. But it's in an envelope, and you can't open it until the gun goes off. Once the gun goes off, you're then able to open it up. You figure out the clue, and you have to figure out with all the different little things we're going to have scattered all throughout the property, and they'll kind of point you in the direction of where to start. And you have to figure out the clue. Like let's say it says the skeleton points the way. Well, maybe there might be a skeleton somewhere pointing in that direction. So you have to then go out in that area. You metal detect.
The metal detectors of that, or just kind of like a scavenger hunt?
Yeah. No. This is going to be a full metal detecting hunt. So you go out and you metal detect. You get a signal, and you'll dig up a baggie. Inside the baggie will be another clue, but also be a 2 silver coins. And it'll be a mixture. It'll either be a silver dollar and a silver quarter, could be a silver $50 and a silver quarter. But the smallest coin is going to be a silver quarter. The biggest silver. We have $100 silver in that one hunt, and
Wow.
can't remember if it's 300. I think like 300 silver $half, and I can't remember how many quarters, but um, and so what we're going to do is you dig that up. Obviously, the coins are yours, but also inside is another clue. Well, that'll lead you to the next location. You keep clues though, because when you get all four clues and you put them together like a puzzle, it'll have a little riddle in the middle. That's kind of like it's split into four. Once you put all the pieces together, that will lead you to the last location. At that last location, there are only 2 boxes on the ground, and the 2 boxes, you bring them up to the front. As you bring them up to the front, you'll then be able to take the key inside, and you'll unlock the treasure chest, and you'll get a pack of 4 gold coins valued at $5,000 a piece. And it's
Very
a
good.
20, a 10, a 5, and
Wow.
$1 gold piece.
Very
And
good.
on top of that, our sponsor, Texas, they're actually going to be giving out, right?
Yeah, yes, they're going to have a new multi-frequency that they should be releasing about that time. So they'll get one of the first releases of the multi-frequency.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. What other manufacturers are going to be there?
Well, we're gonna have Garrett Mine Lab, like I say, Fisher Technetics,
Not the back.
yeah, Noctamacro. Yeah, they're coming back to this year's as well. Is there another one? I can't
No,
remember.
you didn't get XP. You couldn't get that worked out right now. So that's the only one we're really missing. So we have all the American companies and, of course, Knocked Macro from Turkey. And we have them all but XP. Unfortunately, we couldn't get them.
Did you contact Tarsace?
Yeah.
We did. I've sent them several messages. They came last year with this little extending out thing. I'm going to reach out to him again and let him know, because Versace, we definitely want him to represent his company, because we believe everybody needs to represent regardless of how big or small. So I am working on getting Versace.
And so make sure you send some information to Excalibur Shovels. That would be an absolutely sterling company to have on board, don't you think, Liz?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so you've got a bunch of
good.
Those are like seeded hunts. Now you're going to have a natural hunt. What's the history of the area, and what can people hope to find at the natural hunt?
So at the natural hunt, we actually have a very generous woman who actually owns a bunch of land in a ghost town, not too far from McAllister.
Ooh.
And she's actually and it's right along one of the main thoroughfares that came through the old town. And she said there were a lot of houses, a lot of businesses. She said, well, most of them burned down. So she's like, yeah, there's probably going to be quite a bit of trash in there. But she's like, I mean, it goes all the way back into the 1800s. And she's like, as far from her research, it's gone all the way back into about 1840s, 1850s. And because of the settlement in the area. And so she's like, I'm not 100% positive, but she's like, the history of the area goes back in the 1840s and 50s. And she's like, oh yeah, it's like almost, I think she said like a quarter of a mile long length of like spots that she's like, yeah, you can metal detect it to your heart's content. We got some other spots a little closer to the McAllister area that we're working on right now, and looks like we're going to do pretty good with that. But they had coal mines all the way back into the 1800s as well.
Very cool.
Very good.
Yeah, they
very
have
good.
so much stuff going on out there.
Now, this is a multi-day event, is it not? This is not all going to happen in one day.
Yes. No,
Oh.
it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Matter of fact, Friday night we're actually doing a that one's kind of more along the lines of the not the Outlaws Horde, the Ghost Town Hunt, and like we're having an eat and greet dinner that thing. And then that night at about 9 o'clock, I think, we're actually having a moonshine hunt, where you go out. It's a night hunt brought to you by Mine Lab Detectors. What they're going to do is they're going to light it up in a certain way, and then you get to go out there. No headlamps, no nothing like that. You just go out there with your detector. You won't need a shovel or anything like that, because it's all going to be just in the grass. But what's really awesome though is Alamo Liquor, they're in McAllister, is actually donating 2 jars of 100 proof moonshine, and we're going to be having those in the ground. Just enough where
I wonder how that goes with zero sugar carry Dr. Pepper.
That is good hooch.
Yes.
The doctor ordered.
Right on.
And then on top of the
John, I'll get you my address.
on top of that, we're actually going to have silver dollars, 1922 silver dollars taped to the top, and you get to keep the full jar of moonshine and the silver dollar. And of course, you do have to give me at least one sample of each jar.
I would think
Just
so.
saying.
I would think that would be a very nice thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So when do the tickets go on sale?
They're actually on sale right now. And as a matter of fact, right now we actually have a great deal going on right now. You can do an all events pass, $275, and that gets into every single hunt up until the time that we get the full 200 people in the Outlaws Horde. Then obviously the price will lower, and you don't even have to get just the all events pass. You can build your own package. The only difference is if you don't get the all events package, it's like $5 extra on every one of the hunts. That's about it. And then we have a kids hunt, and it's free. And we're going to be burying a bunch of tokens and some silver coins and stuff like that in the ground. And we have a great surprise that we can't actually really tell anybody just yet, that Technetics and Fisher and all them, that they're going to actually be doing something very, very special for all the participants at the event. So for the kids hunt and everything. So it's going to be
Well, that sounds really good.
Yes.
Now, I think, John, you are sending me all the information for me to post. Are you not?
I will get that to you. We had to revamp several flyers to change the dates and whatnot. I will finish that up tonight. I had some unexpected errands to do. So at the latest tomorrow, I'll get you several different flyers, and get you taken care of there. It was just didn't expect I had to do something this evening, so I apologize. I couldn't get it to you tonight.
Yeah. Things happen, and that's okay. I mean, we've got a little bit of time because I want you guys. You're coming back on Treasure Talk in August, and we're going to really go in depth. But what I want to do is I want to promote it, and so you get all the information you get me. Who's going to be there? And all that kind of stuff, places for people to stay, all that kind of information, are there campgrounds,
Yeah.
And that if there are any kind of coupons that you offer, discounts for people to come to the hunt, to stay at hotels, restaurants, or whatever, all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice for us to know so people can plan, because this sounds like something that people are definitely going to want to plan for. And
yes.
Now, it may grow where you're going to have to way up it, 300-400 people. Could happen.
We can handle more people.
Yeah,
we just can't handle it for the Outlaws.
In fact,
well, that's good. It'll just grow. So
it's like last year. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was saying that like last year. Like last year at our event, we had a grand total of about 500 people show up, and probably about 200 or 300 of them were detectorists. And we realized that it was going to get bigger, and so we actually had to move it regrettably from the Wild West town. And even there, like, we had gunfights and cool stuff like that. And we're going to also have gunfights and even Civil War encampment. And what's really neat is pretty much to start the hunts, we're going to fire a Civil War howitzer cannon to start the events. And we're actually going to have the color guard for the local VFW. They're going to come out and they're going to do a 21 gun salute for the VA Veterans Appreciation Hunt. And in this case, we're putting a bunch of coins and tokens and prizes in there that range all the way from Revolutionary War all the way up to World War I. Now, what's really cool is with the money that we make from that one hunt, the proceeds after buying all the coins and everything like that, half of it will go over to the local VFW, and the other half we're actually having a representative come out from the Wounded Warrior Project, and they're going to come there to accept like a little part check from us for that as well. We're making a donation to them from the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout.
Wonderful.
Well, I tell you what I will do. I will get you a bunch of these very nice towels from Myers Metal Detectors and a bunch of stickers you can get out
Absolutely.
at the show, or at the hunt, if you would like those.
Oh, absolutely. What we'll do for you is, as we give your stickers out, we'll do a little sticker exchange and see how many stickers we can collect to send back to you.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. So anything we can do to help y'all, and I know Liz feels the same way, because she's very dedicated to this hobby. She likes helping people out and turning new people on to detecting, and so I'm sure that I can speak for her. If there's anything she can do, she'll be happy to do it. And the same with me and Phil from Myers Metal Detectors on Treasure Talk and Treasure Tales. So whatever we can do to help, why, you can count on us to get it out there, broadcast it, and try to get people to show up.
Absolutely.
Well,
Sounds great to me.
If you're able to do it, that works in your schedule. We'd love you to have you out there and do a live broadcast if you're able to make it.
Well, I've got to look at my calendar, but if there's any way, shape, or form I can do it, I'd love to come out there, and maybe we get that Duke boy on here.
Well, sadly enough, his schedule is actually going to be his schedule's put up in a certain way that he won't actually be coming to the event this year. So, but the great thing is though, Larry Rivera, he's going to be out there. He's going to be doing a podcast as well. And so yeah, we're going to have, I think, didn't we say KG and Ringy, or one of the two? I think
usually they come as a pair. They're kind of like tumors, they're right there.
So we had to do some rearranging with some of the VIPs. Some could make it initially for June, and now with the fall coming, I'll get a new list of the VIPs. And as soon as I get an update on that, I'll send you that flyer as soon as we find out who is switching with who.
That may open up a few of them, John, because, where before they couldn't make it in June, but now they may be able to make it in September. So that may have been a good thing, You never can tell.
Because Oklahoma's kind of like Florida. Florida, you never know when hurricanes build up and come out of the blue. In Oklahoma, you don't know if summer's going to start in May or summer's going to start in June. And it was 91 degrees today, so it was going to be blistering for June anyways.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a thing in disguise that was moved to late September.
Yeah, so that would be really good weather, I think.
Yeah, it's typically the low 80s is a high, maybe. Hopefully we don't have an Indian summer, but I don't want to curse it.
Well, it'll be what it'll be, and people will come out anyway.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Well, plenty of drinking things. Coca-Cola sponsored us and just gave us plenty of drinks and just all kind of things. So,
well, as you feed me the information, it will get out there to everybody.
Yeah.
And then we will we'll plan on in August. I think I already sent you the date, John.
Yes, sir.
I've got it on the calendar. We'll be back, and we'll be talking Red Duke Treasure Shootout in August on Treasure Talk.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you squeezing us in tonight. We look
fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be fun, and I'm going to try to shift my schedule around and see if I can't come out and get some red dirt under my finger. And actually, I want some moonshine.
All right.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Jeff's going for the moonshine.
I know they sell sugar-free Dr. Pepper out there, so You know,
Well,
we'll be.
you guys be sure and come out because we want to make sure even if we look at you as a VIP, everybody's open to do the natural hunt. So that's open to all. Now, certain VIPs, they can't do the Outlaws Horde because of conflicts of interest with companies. So we have to be careful. We can't even participate in it, which is really sad. But obviously,
Yeah.
it look too good if one of us found the gold. So
That's true. I understand that. So I think it's going to be a real good time. And like I said, as soon as you get me the information, John, as it comes in, we'll get it posted and we'll be talking it up and see if we can't get some folks out there to come and enjoy the hunt.
I'll get it to you as
Sounds
soon as
great.
sometime tomorrow.
Alrighty, guys. Thanks much for joining us tonight. We sure appreciate it. And we'll see you soon.
All right, you
Take
have a-
care, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right.
See you later, guys.
all right.
Wow.
All righty. That sounds like it's going to be a really, really cool thing, doesn't it?
3 days.
Yeah, I mean, all the gold coins and stuff.
I
and-
know.
And
And the moonshine.
Hey, what can be bad?
Exactly. It's all good.
You know?
It's all good.
Yeah. So maybe you never know. In September, maybe the powers that be on the Canadian border will allow some travel. You never know. They'll be camping out there, and I know you got a travel trailer you like to pull,
Yes, we do.
and that might be fun to do. Nothing
quite,
else. We just,
quite possible. Never been down to Oklahoma.
pack that part of that trailer with some moonshine to take back. Okay. So, anyways, folks, it was a good show tonight. I got to thank Liz for being here tonight, and I hope she'll be here a lot.
You
A
just
lot.
call me. You just call me.
I'll call you. Yoo-hoo! So we're going to call it a night tonight. I know Liz she is beat. She was out digging all day in the sun. And, especially in the springtime when you're not used to being out in the sun, it takes it out of you a little bit, doesn't it?
Well, it was cold a few days ago, and like all of a sudden it's like instant hot, and
Right.
you got to acclimatize to it.
Well, we don't get that anymore. We don't get any spring, and we go right from summer into winter,
Yeah.
and that's it. So what are you going to do? I don't know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So but that don't stop us from getting out there and doing some digging. So anyways, we're going to call it a night tonight. Monday night on Treasure Talk, we will have Jimmy Crossbones. He's found a bunch of Spanish coins on the Treasure Coast. And I hope that you will tune in and check that out. And we will be giving away a carbon fiber electric blue carbon fiber shaft for Minelab Equinox, donated by CKG Scoops. And they make some fantastic products that are, by the way, in stock at Myers Metal Detectors.
Of course.
Got to get that out there. So, and then next week on Treasure Tales, let's see, I got my calendars going here. I got so much going on. Sometimes I can't even remember what my name is, which is probably a good thing. So,
Who's on the show?
Will be the 19th. Quarter Hoarder Crew with Charles Harley is going to be in the house, and that would be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that going, and just to let you know, by now, there will be no Treasure Tales on June 9th. And the reason being is I'm having a little party here. We got involved. If everybody's ever watched the Food Network and saw Restaurant Impossible, we had a Restaurant Impossible in my little town here. And we were invited, and we possibly will be on the show. So we're having a little viewing party.
All right.
Thursday night on June 9th. So there will be no Treasure Tales that night. And then on the month of July, I will be on vacation. But we'll be back at it in August with a whole bunch of good guests coming up. So we hope that you will continue to join us. We hope that you continue to enjoy what we try to do and bring you. We hope that you will support the Blue Spade Society. and all the guests that we have on Treasure Tales. We'd like for you to go to their YouTube channels and subscribe to them and share them. And definitely, if you want something to do to start your week off right, on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, Coffee with Liz, the Digging Canuck, does your live stream. And I tell you what, that's something you don't want to miss. It doesn't get any better than that to start your week off on Sunday morning and with Liz, the Digging Canuck.
Thank you.
So what we always say here at Treasure Tales, and treasure stories, there's a million of them out there. All of them are unique, all of them are different, and all of them have value. And we want to hear your treasure stories. Everybody out there wants to hear your treasure story, what it means to you and how you go about it. It's just that important to everybody. So get up with me at treasuretalkshow@gmail.com or text me or do whatever, and let's get you on Treasure Tales so everybody can hear all about your treasure story. So Liz, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's always my special treat when you're here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I tell you what, the people love you, and with good reason. So we want to say good night to everybody. Liz?
Good night, and thank you for joining us. And if you have not hit that like button, please remember to do that when you exit the building, because it helps Treasure Tales to reach more people, and that's always a good thing.
It is, and you do the same thing. If you go on Sunday morning with Coffee with Liz, you need to hit that like button and ask for all notifications when you hit that bell, and share that. Share it and do it right. So we'll see you again next week on Treasure Tales. We'll see you Monday night with the Guru for Treasure Talk. So happy hunting, everybody, and dig deeper.
Good night, everybody.